Okay, so it is Thursday, May 25th, about halfway through my basically forced vacation from work. And as part of that, we're going on a road trip. No, not to Peoria, but we're going south. So I'm getting a laptop ready to go here with stuff. I'm getting a backup laptop, or will be getting a backup laptop ready to go. It's actually going to be that one that's sitting over there on the pillow. Got some cameras ready, including, but not limited to, the floppy disk Mavica right there, and I'm going to be bringing along some floppies. This box right here, which has got all brand new floppies. I might as well, because I think there's 5 discs in that. I don't think that's going to be enough. Got some junk here. Pre-trip thrifting, I guess is what you could call it. It's exactly like what I did last time. General Electric radio. There'll probably be a video of that at some point. But it's almost 8:30, and I'm only just now doing the majority of this prep work. Takes too long. This computer actually needs a bigger hard drive in it because it's only got a 500 gig drive, and I've almost got it completely full, so that's fun. See, the sun is setting. Let's take a look, just like last time. Not as clean as it was last time. Man, I really need to shampoo the chair here. Wow. But yeah, so that's gotta come out of here. That's gotta come out of here. I'm leaving the sweater in here just in case. That, I think, needs batteries. I was gonna use it. I'm still debating. Yeah, that needs batteries. Debating whether or not I'm gonna use that. But the big thing is the trunk, which, of course, because I'm a nice guy, I've got locked and loaded with goodies. Okay. The last time I did this, you couldn't see anything that I was doing, so I'm going to try and do this better this time. Now, look at all this junk. Squirrels are fighting with each other over there. Computers. Now these things, these are heavy, by the way. You're not going to get to appreciate just how heavy those are. Other goodies. So. Good subset of stuff. I do have to make one more trip. I gotta fill up gas and get all that stuff out. Normally what I like to do is I like to fill up the gas day of. But I'm not going to do that. Oh, they're going nuts up there. Because it's supposed to get expensive. Look at this piece of junk. Can't believe I got this stupid thing. But I did. And there is a reason. And you'll find out about that reason when the video gets uploaded of it. More stuff. I did a sweeping clean of some of the bags that I had in here. The, you know what I'm talking about. The shopping boxes that you can buy these days. The rigid ones that are, well, boxes that you unfold that are fabric. I like those things a lot because they're easy to carry and easy to store things in. So I emptied those out, so I've got all 4 of them at my disposal for my usage. Not that I anticipate actually using them, because I've heard some things. What I'm going to be going for is I think it's the Niagara Peninsula Area Amateur Radio Club, NPARC, NPARC, if you must, Hamfest. That's this weekend. And it's going to be fun, and it's also nerve-wracking because I have to actually make that trip which I think is a longer trip than it would be if I were going to Rochester, New York, which is actually hilarious. I don't know how that happens, but it does. And that's the way that it is. So, going for that, I've heard some things about it not being necessarily all that great, but I'll let my own eyes do the judgment on that. That needs to go inside. It's recyclable. But yes, I still need to pack suitcase, and then I need to get fueled up. Like I was saying, I normally do that the day of. I leave here. There's a couple gas stations along the way to the highway that I will go to and do that. But gas is supposed to get about 10 cents a liter more expensive overnight tonight, so I would prefer not to do that. What it does mean is that it means I'm probably going to have to make at least one stop along the way, which I don't like doing. I'd rather just go. And going to New York, I can just go. I don't have to stop anywhere. Even though I can, I just choose not to. I'd prefer to choose not to in this case. It's actually kind of chilly out here today. I'm kind of amazed. It's supposed to get down to, what, 1 degree tonight? It's going to be freezing. Which is why I have that sweater in there. Because it's going to be hot during the day. It's a time of year where it's hot during the day and freezing at night. What on earth is this? No idea. Hopefully it's not important. Actually, it's probably off of the speaker, honestly. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah, HK195, Revision B. That's off of one of those Harman Kardon speakers I smashed. Oh, man. Yeah, anyway. So, yeah. Prep is well underway. And hopefully, beyond all hope, I don't know if I'm going to take toll route, or not. It's better, but I think I'd feel better about taking the toll route if A, it weren't so darned expensive, and B, if it were not run by a privately run company like everything else in this province. But that's a political diatribe. We won't even get into that. Around 6 o'clock. The trip is about 5.5 hours, if I remember correctly, but that's 5.5 hours if you don't get stopped in traffic. And we all know what Toronto traffic is like. You'll get stopped in traffic no matter what, if you don't take the toll. So, I guess it depends how I'm feeling that particular day. If I'm feeling particularly flush or not. So, I will return when it is time to go. Although I might take you along for the ride to get gas. Maybe not. It's not that interesting, right? Okay, so it's just about 6. And I am doing some last minute packing and prepping, and realized I forgot one thing, and that was directions. So I went and I actually looked it up, and Google Maps is being useless. It suggests that I go the back way, and maybe it's not entirely wrong in suggesting such a thing, but when I tell it to avoid tolls, it gives me a route that apparently I can't take or something. I don't know, it's doing some weird stuff, so I'm just going to use the GPS on that one. I think that's probably the best way to do it. So, gotta get a bag, gotta get some of this other stuff, this last minute stuff figured out, and yeah, I'm running a little bit later than I'd like, but not by much. It's not that big of a deal. I'll be out of here in plenty of time. Coming up to the car here. And throw this in. Hope I'm not missing anything. This watch is just, it needs to shut up. The alarm is going off. It's upset with me because I didn't mark it. It's actually kind of chilly out this morning. I don't know what the temperature is, but I can check. 5 degrees. Feels colder than that. But a couple last minute things I need to grab here, and then we can be on our way. Like I'd mentioned, the static Google Maps, well, I guess it's not static, but the non-GPS one was having me take some stupid route in order to get down there the back way, which is probably the better route, honestly. All things considered, the 401 is a disaster, but I've done it once. I really would rather not do it again, because there's some white knuckle moments of that particular trip, if I remember right. And I'd rather go down the beaten path. I still haven't decided whether I'm going to do tolls or not. I guess I probably will, because it looks like 401 through Toronto is a pretty typical mess, even at 6 o'clock in the morning. We are ready now. Or are we? I don't know. I'm still getting the feeling that something's going to go wrong, but, you know, locked and loaded. There's no real getting out of it now. Now, the last time I did this, you couldn't see anything in my gauges. And you probably can't see anything right now because I'm using the camera glasses. So, I'm smart. This time, I brought a camcorder. And we're going to do it that way. So, let's rock and roll. I hate that song. So, we're really getting out on a good start, aren't we? Okay, I have stopped here, local mart in Coburg, at an Esso, and the Shell across the street is friggin' 5 cents cheaper. Go figure, eh? Yes, that was a lot more convenient though. I've got the Speed Pass app, so I can just use that. But now, I gotta get my butt back on the road, and it looks like that's going to be real fun because there's construction going on right here. Neat. These look so stupid. My arm is asleep.
Yeah, trouble comes in a blue Toyota Corolla.
I hope you're not expecting me to move. 'Cause goddamn, I just flew in and boy are my arms tired. The back seat is empty. Almost. But I have come armed with gifts.
Oh boy.
It all survived.
Those are big.
Hey, did you want some Sata candles?
Oh. Perfect. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
these are heavy too.
Yeah, they look. I see now. They're proprietary, so.
And they're not a common voltage either. It's plus minus 11 and 25.
Yeah, I see that.
But they work. Or at least they worked. I don't know if they still work. They've been riding around in my car for the last month.
Is that the one for Matt, or is that the one that
No,
Matt
that's
is
the one that is yours. Matt is still at home because I'm using it as bait to make
Yeah.
sure that he gets his passport straightened out.
I didn't know if you were going to give in or not.
No.
No, you got to make him come up here.
I don't give up.
Got to have a...
This is going to be recorded by all kinds of different apparatus. But here we are in camper for bed after I deal with that and a couple other things. But yeah, day one, thrift stores, got some stuff, you'll see it later. Mostly just CDs and tapes though, nothing particularly interesting. Could have potentially had some more interesting stuff, but just didn't feel like spending the money, really. It's kind of expensive. So, tomorrow's Hamfest. And then, what happens Sunday, I don't know. All I know is that it's 12:30, and I want to get to bed, because I haven't slept in, about 18 hours now. Kinda crazy, eh? Yeah, I'm stupid. Okay, let's see if these things work at all, still. We're done with the second day, been to the Hamfest, had our group show, come back. Here's just a small sampling of junk that I've picked up, including a Stromberg Carlson radio that I'm sure is going to be real fun to deal with, that I paid too much for. There's more stuff, there's like records and things like that, but they're not in here, they're inside. But it's time to go to bed. It's like almost 2 o'clock. So, good night. Okay, well these things are stupid, but I'm on yet another video recording apparatus because I guess the other camera glasses died. Battery ran out. I have a charger with these ones, but I don't feel like charging them, so now I'm using another pair. It's Sunday, and I am getting ready to clean up all my stuff, because otherwise I'll forget something. It would just be like me to forget something. So, gotta go ahead and grab everything, and then get some food, probably hit some more thrift stores, even though it's 11 o'clock. I would have liked to have left by noon. I don't think that's going to happen. Which is fine. I'm not exactly in a rush. I can unpack all this stuff on Monday. So, that's just what we'll do. Much later than I'd like to be, but that's okay. I'm sure I'm missing something, but that's okay. I have the 2 wallets, that's all that really matters. Of course you want to fucking turn left, you fucking beep. Are they both gonna go at the same time, or? Of course they would both go at the exact same time. Right, we're on our way now. Look at this. I got home last night, and the car is covered in these stupid things. Oh, it's that time of year again, I guess. What a pain. But yes, I did get home last night. Just left everything as is because I was tired. It was like 11 o'clock when I did get home. So, I don't think I've ever seen it this bad before, where they all just come down at once, but I guess that's a good thing, because it means that we won't have too many later. But yeah, it's all the back too. Here you can see all of the stuff, I hope. I don't know where the actual camera on this thing is. That's a mess. What a mess. Of course, if I leave them in there, the trunk gets stuck. Which, I don't know about you, but that's a little bit undesirable. Lots of stuff here, which we will go ahead and take a look at once I've got it out. Check this out. For the most part, other than some stuff I've got to deal with back here, and some other random things, the car is bereft of crap. Again, for the most part, there's receipts. I don't know how those ended up in here, but they can come out. There's a modem down there. I'll probably microwave that later. Or do something equally as hilarious with it. I don't know. It looks like I've already beat it to hell, because that's bent. But, yeah. I'll have to put more stuff back in here, because there's stuff that's got to go over the other place. And there's even more stuff that's got to go over to the other place, because last but not least of the things to do here, other than wrap this up, is to take a look at all the junk I picked up. And that's probably all junk, but, you know, decent stuff. Most of it's CDs and tapes and a couple records, because the Hamfest itself was just that. It was a Hamfest. 99% of what was there was ham radio related, and I don't have my ham license, and even though I probably should, I don't really have any designs on getting my ham license anytime soon, so it doesn't really interest me too much. But there's still some neat stuff in here, some of which was given to me, some of which I bought at the Hamfest and should not have. Like this radio, Stromberg Carlson. It was the name that really attracted me to it. That and the fact that the cabinet is in surprisingly good shape, even though the radio itself is not. But it'd probably clean up pretty nicely. It's a AC/DC set, so it's got a rectifier in it. And we did plug it in, and it didn't seem to do anything. So there's definitely an issue somewhere. The rectifier tube should light when you plug it in, even if nothing else happens, and it didn't even do that. So I don't know if the rectifier tube's bad, if there's some other problem elsewhere. So it'll be a restoration project at some point, hopefully, given my usual track record with getting to things. It probably will take a while. But there's the radio. Got a couple of keyboards here. I didn't buy these at the Hamfest, these were given to me. Just a standard. These probably would have gone to like a Power Mac G4, given their gray in color. Maybe an iMac, one of the later ones. I don't know if those later slot loaders, like the Indigo ones and whatever, had color-coded keyboards like the older ones did, but maybe they did. And then a Macaulay keyboard, I-key. This was a replacement for the Apple keyboard. I don't know if it's any better than the Apple keyboard. I know that the Macaulay mice were better than the Apple mice, the hockey puck mice. So I have one of those too. It would probably match with this. But I've also got the genuine hockey puck mouse for that lime green iMac over there. So. And CDs and such. Might go through that in a minute. There's more CDs and cassettes. Again, I probably have this already. Because I know I've got a lot of these, but I don't recognize the track listing there, so I'll have a look, and if I do end up having it, or did end up having it, well, it'll just become Hamfest fodder, I guess, for Peoria. So I'll try and get some of these receipts out of the way. Oh, what happened there? It's stuck to something. This is kind of neat. Nothing that I don't necessarily already have. I think there's a couple things on here that I don't. It's kind of thing where I know I've got a copy of that, Shocking Blues Venus, but it sounds kind of odd. I think the phasing was bad on it or something. Or the recording just sucks. This receipt is stuck to this box, which is brilliant. And now I just ripped it. It doesn't really matter. There's no coupon on that or anything, so I don't really care. I'd laugh if this is the one that I have. It might be. I don't know. But, yeah, I feel dirty grabbing this, but again, I can use this to get rid of some of my legal MP3s. Pop collection. Seemed kind of neat. Again, this is the same purpose as that, some of these other CDs here, just to get some lossless copies of some stuff. Here's a thrift find. Prominent brand. Portable FM/AM radio. There's the model number. 6 volts DC. So it takes 4 AA's. It looks like it's probably had a battery leaking incident in its past. You open the battery compartment, you just take a look. There you can see there's rust on those terminals. So again, probably a project. But I bought it if for no other reason that I didn't want it to end up in the hands of some heathen that would destroy it. So then we got this, which I don't know why I bought this. It's an unbranded power tap. Temporary, it says. Yeah, not quite. Most people use these pretty permanently for computers and things. I figured it'd probably go nicely with one of my vintage computers when I actually manage to get them set up. Or maybe I'll use it for something else. I haven't really decided yet, but these used to always intrigue me. I thought they were pretty neat. Ah, if you like good ideas, courtesy. Oh, those keyboards came from Silverlight 8001. Should probably point that out. We have an Athlon 64 6000 plus. What I'm going to put it in, I don't know. But I do have some motherboards sitting around that could probably use that. So we'll figure that out. It might even go into that computer back there. I think it's got like a 4600 plus in it right now. I don't know. We have some... Oh, well, that didn't really do what I thought it was going to do. Oh, geez, now I can't get the box back on. Oh, crap, there we go. Double-sided, double density, not high density, very important, floppy diskettes. So these will come in handy for the Macintoshes over there, for making things like system disks, which is what I'm going to need to do. But yeah, you can tell that these are not high density. They don't have the second hole over there, which was used for sensing whether or not it was high density. So, 2 packs of those. One of them is sealed. The other one looks like it's probably never really been used. So, that's pretty nice. And then this is a clock movement out of a GE flip clock. And if I get off my dead butt and actually do it, this actually would go quite nicely, because it came from the same model, into that, what was that thing? I think it was like a 7-4305 or something. I have that flip clock with a dead mechanism. Don't know whether or not it works. It's a working pull, is what I was told, but you know, you never know with some of these kinds of things. Now, where did that CPU go? Oh, I put it over there. It can stay there. Let's see. What else have we got junk-wise? Also from Silverlight. I don't need this. T1910CS. I think it doesn't work. I think there's a power supply issue with it. And I don't know, does this take a boombox style, or is it the... Oh no, it's an external one. So that might be a little bit more difficult to fix than I thought. DC in 18 volts. It's not the same as the other ones, I think. 18 volts at 1.7 amps. Okay, well that might be a little bit interesting to deal with, because... it came from Nestle. I just noticed that. Because the other Toshibas are 15 volts. So I wonder if maybe 15 volts is not enough to run this. Because I think otherwise it's exactly the same connector. We'll see what I do with that. There's a camera charger for a camera that I was told was dead. I didn't see what it actually was, and I don't really care either. But yeah, these power supplies are worth their weight in gold. I have a couple cameras that use them. And some batteries to go along with it, including an extended runtime battery right here. What I do with it, I don't know. There's a charger with, again, another one of those batteries. They're typical JVC batteries. This is from the Hamfest. 50 bucks, which is about 500 too much. But I've wanted one of these polycarbonate MacBooks for a while. I was actually more after a black one, but beggars can't be choosers, and the price was certainly right. This is pretty decent, considering it's already got an SSD in it. Was testing it out, and it actually works really good. Able to play YouTube quite nicely on this, so the only thing that's wrong with it is the battery is bad, so I'll have to source a replacement for that. But other than that, it says no charger on it, which is kind of odd, because I got the charger with it. I don't know if it's necessarily the right one. It looks like it's probably the right one, because it's certainly the right area of MagSafe connector. So, it's definitely weird. But, hey, I won't complain. I mean, for 50 bucks, it damn well better include the charger. Because that's kind of a bit much. But, yeah, so that's basically it. I brought down a fair chunk of change and ended up basically not using any of it. Because, like I said, there just really wasn't a whole lot to buy at that Hamfest. There was a table of just radios. And that's where I got that Stromberg Carlson. There were a couple interesting ones there, but the problem is most of the ones that I was actually interested in were DC-only sets, and I'm not about to have to go and build a battery. I mean, I probably should, but I don't want to have to build some kind of a power supply for those, because I just don't have the time and patience for that. This here, I can't believe I bought this. Blank tape with I don't know what on it. T160, but it's not actually a T160. I'm not sure who actually made the tape. Almost certainly not Blockbuster. I mean, for 99 cents, whatever, right? Might as well. What else is in here? There's an 8-track. This looks dubious, but it might actually be the real thing. So, I don't know. It'll be kind of interesting to try that. My 8-track player is over at the other place, so I can't try it right now. I hope the splice is good on that. There are a bunch of them that were there. I think it was that store. There were stores, a couple stores with 8-tracks, and I've never seen 8-tracks in such a large quantity, other than when people have been showing me their collection of them. And a lot of them had bad splices, and you could tell because the tape was just dangling out the edge. So, kind of unfortunate. Let's see, another cassette here. Volume 2 of The Sounds of Nova Scotia. I think I got Volume 1 on CD. I know I've got some volume of that. Another CD here. This is extraordinarily dubious. I mean, it looks pretty benign when you just look at it like this. But, take a look at that. And, then you look at the bags there. I don't know what kind of CD this is. If maybe it's like an RW or something. I don't think it would be an RW. It's not... I don't think it's a DVD, because I think it's the wrong shade of blue for a DVD. But I'm kind of interested. It's definitely bootleg. You can certainly tell there. Look at that. And this is just paper. So, I don't know what kind of trick somebody was pulling with that. But again, that was extremely cheap. I think I gave $1 for it. So, for $1, it's worth the humor value. At least to me. Another receipt. Does that one have the... No. There's receipts everywhere in here. Oh yeah, there it is. There's a survey coupon. I need to keep that because I'd like to actually fill that out and use it. One more cassette. Stars of the 50s, Volume 1. Again, that's a slightly different selection of 50s music. Something to have. And some vinyl records, which is something I did not ever think I would actually get, because the prices on these things have just absolutely gone through the roof. So, some Tubes, some Robert Palmer, and this, which is... Oh, there's more crap in here. I almost said a bad word. That's Susie Quattro, right there. Pretty decent stuff. Looks like it's in decent condition. I guess I'll have to find out when I get my record player going, if I ever do. There's a copy of the SDP album. Nice stuff. Over 2 hours of music. This is a C120, I believe. It would almost have to be for 2 hours. It's a now pretty outdated collection of Stereo Dust Particles hits. So, again, neat to have. I don't have to make my own copy of it. Even though I might. I might actually make some, maybe some of the C90 version, because I don't know if I trust playing this in a cheap cassette player, because it'd be the kind of thing I'd put in my car with the Walkman in the car, but I don't trust that Walkman not to chew up a C120, so... This, I bought just because of the title. I have no idea what this actually is. I guess I'll have to call that hotline there, because I did pay for this. It wasn't free. Not sure where it came from. Oh, that's good. I probably can't show that on video, but... Oh, it's too late for that. I have a couple of these. Singers and songwriters. This one is, what is it, 72 to 73? Is that what that said? Yes. So, again, that's pretty decent. I'll have to look at those and figure out which ones I actually need to rip. I've also got two more here. 77, 76, and 74, 75. I didn't really totally look to see if there were others, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. This I got just because I was curious what it actually was. So that ought to be interesting to listen to in one of those weird kind of ways. I don't know about that. That was probably a waste of $1, but oh well. Then there's this, Future Shop, Enjoy the Music CD sampler. Some pretty decent stuff. And again, some stuff that I don't have lossless copies of. This I was put up to buying. Just for the one song, because I don't know, this is kids music. It's not necessarily all that interesting, but the first song on this, the title song, certainly is a bit of a show staple. And then some random Theory of a Dead Man, because again, I want to get rid of some of my MP3s. So I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing anything from the stuff. So that's pretty much it. I can wrap this video up now. Really didn't shoot as much video as I intended on shooting because I brought both of those pairs of camera glasses. But I just didn't bring them anywhere with me because I either left them in the car and didn't care, or just straight up didn't care. So that's the kind of thing. When I go on a trip, I want to enjoy the trip. I don't want to be spending time videoing everything. So yeah. Stay tuned for some videos of maybe some of this stuff. Repair video of a clock radio. Maybe a restoration on that tube radio, but that's probably going to be a long time coming. The music, obviously, I'm not going to shoot video of because, you know, the Mafia would not like that too much. And I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. So, thank you for watching. And if you have any comments, feel free to leave them below.